time for your weekly dose of pop culture
with Kathy and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Welcome Saturday night. And it is Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture. Good Saturday night to you. Our last Saturday night in August. And welcome Pop Kulture Kids.
When you said welcome, it sounds like you were Fozzie Bear. You were saying waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka. A little waka, a little welcome.
Little waka, little welcome.
Little of everything.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
This, that.
And all the
things. We are streaming to you on Facebook, Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture, as well as on YouTube under K-Walk Comedy, and actually tonight under Twitch. And we got a listener out there in Twitch land. So welcome. This is our Saturday night hang, and we have been doing it since the pandemic. Took a little bit of break this summer, but we are back. Unfortunately, couldn't have been here last week. It was a pretty busy week for both of us and a long day. And I know, Kenny, you had to work. You were at our cousin's going home service, and it was just a lot of irons in the fire. Memorial, yeah. And I think you were. What'd you do? Oh, I'm sorry. You have to take a drink.
The next day, I had to hang out with George. Yeah, okay. I had to hang out. Next day, I had to hang out with George.
You had to?
Because it was the baby shower.
The baby what?
And the baby shower women.
Okay, you're fading in and out. Now you are hardwired, right? You're not.
So the guys. The baby shower was all women, so the men hung out.
Okay.
Again,
you did
I'm hardwired. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm hardwired.
Okay. No, because you were fading kind of in and out with your vocals. Because I know for the podcast edition, for people just listening,
I'm sorry.
That's going to be hard on their ears. They're going to be like, what is that? So, but for those of you who are hanging out with us on a Saturday night, let us know where you're hanging from, what part of the country. This podcast comes to you from the north and the south, that is North Carolina and South Jersey. So we are covering our bases, but would love to know where you are checking in from. Let us know in the comments. And traditionally, we kind of pick a topic and go with it. But lately, we've been just kind of breaking down some of the pop culture news of the day and just kind of bringing that to you. And I think pretty much and our takes on those hot takes of what's going on in the news of pop culture. So
now, and we kind of go through everything not everything that's going on through the news. So if there's a news item that you would like for us to talk about, just speak it out, because, we pick and choose. We don't get very political and religious and serious. We talk about the fun stuff. Like one of the fun things I felt like one of the I'm a jump. One of the fun things I found in picture. I thought this was like a total boss move.
Okay, you know what?
Boss move.
You probably are gonna have to repeat that, because actually only 3 words you said just came through.
Oh, it really? Like, I am hardwired in. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. Does that sound better?
And that's all we heard.
Okay. This was, wow. You're going to act that whole thing out. Okay. This is a total boss move.
That's the way it sounded to me. I could hardly hear it.
Okay. Anyway, saying. This total boss move. I know. This total boss.
All right, the boss move. Okay. Somebody did a boss move.
The boss move is the boss move of the month is by Vanessa Bryant. Is Vanessa Bryant, who had a defamation suit against the plane crash.
Okay. So again, we
The
need to.
the
Okay. So right
helicopter was
now,
with
again,
her
if we're
daughter
giving out Kenny, Kenny, whoa,
and
because you're fading in and out again. But right now, if we're giving out pop culture news, first of all, we need some
oh,
context because you're just naming names and no context, and then giving some false information. Because first of all, you said plane crash and it was a helicopter crash. Then you said Vanessa Bryan, and I know most
it's a
people
helicopter
might know who
crash.
that is, but let's give some context. And that is
Okay,
the
I'm sorry. I'm
widow
sorry.
of.
The
Okay,
context
so
of Kobe Bryant, the widow of
uh,
Kobe Bryant,
okay, thank you.
the
And I
widow of
know
Kobe
most people
Bryant.
know, but mhm.
Yeah, the pictures came out of the helicopter crash, of the helicopter crash, and she sued for that. She won $16 million in the suit. She turned around and donated that whole 16 million to um, um, Mamba and Mambasita Profit Sports Foundation, which is a nonprofit that was dedicated to Kobe and her daughter.
So that is definitely worthy of some hype and a boss move. That again, a lot of people think, oh, when someone passes away and there is a lawsuit if there is a wrongful death, and I guess this was against the helicopter company, correct? And again, it's not like she's taking that
No,
money to
this was
live off
against. I
of.
think this was
Y-
against the. I think this is against the police releasing photos of the helicopter.
Oh, okay, all right.
So what they
Which,
did was they released the photos of the actual crash
oh,
and
okay.
everything and the bodies and stuff. Yeah, and they
Oh
sued
man.
for that.
But again, she's donating it to that sports foundation that is named after her late husband and her daughter. So again, that is the boss move in pop culture. And you know what? I guess that's got to be. And you know what they say, like the price of fame, and when famous people when you sign up for it, that yes, people are going to take your pictures. And yes, they're always going to want to take it, in compromising positions or, when you're not at your best. But for if you have a photographs that were taken because it was like a potential crime scene, like until they, investigated and tried to find out. And if they are leaking that and releasing that, I don't know. That to me, that's wrong. Because again, people like police, like doctors and educators, and we're in a service business. So I don't know. You just would think that they would have the sense not to do something like, or no, maybe they don't. I don't know.
You would think, you would think, you would think, you would think, you would think.
Like before you release pictures, don't you have to go through people? I mean,
I guess they didn't go
don't
through
they have
people.
lawyers to tell them, hey, might not be a good thing. I know, like even at school,
Yeah,
like if we take pictures to post like on our school social media or different things, I have to make sure that the students, and a lot of times I try to take them where I'm not showing faces or just, not identifying specific kids. And even when we do, we make sure that families have signed a release that allows their image to be taken. Now, the bad part is some people don't sign it because they're like, oh, I don't want my kids, face on in the paper or on social media. But then if they don't sign it, we also can't put that child's face in the yearbook. And that's the one parent that'll be complaining, like, hey, my child wasn't in the yearbook. Why are you? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you didn't uh, sign the release. So, but well,
yeah.
hopefully that is a lesson because I know,
It's not
and that's
released.
like one of those things. Like whenever there is any kind of like celebrity death or tragedy or whatever, there's always those folks who want to release photos or get photos or you know that kind of thing. So, congratulations. I guess it's like a bittersweet congratulations that she was able to
Yeah,
win in court and that she is turning around and doing something positive with the winnings. So that's awesome. All right, what else we got in pop news?
Guess who's back?
What is that funny? Does it amuse you that I'm back? Or or can I do it with my voice?
Do I amuse you? Oh, no, that's a little too high.
Do
That's
I
too high.
amuse you? What? I'm sorry. I'm still playing with the roadcaster sound. So,
I know.
did you ever set up your
So
roadcaster?
Joe
You still have
Pesci.
to set up. Mhm.
No, I have it sitting here, and I my computer's acting up. That I don't want to load
Oh
anything
gosh.
into it. You know.
And you know what, Kenny? Oh, speaking of computers, and this has nothing to do with pop culture news, but well, actually, it does in a way, but it probably won't be news till next Saturday or the Saturday after, because Apple is gearing up for another big event, and it's scheduled, I think, for September 7th. So they probably are going to be announcing new iPhones, and rumors say a new iMac Pro or Mac Pro. But I got that, the computer that I gave you, and for the record, I totally, like, cleaned that thing off or whatever. What you gave me back was so nasty, I barely wanted to touch it, just saying. Plus, I don't know how the top lid got dent, but there's a dent in the top lid where the screen is.
There's no dent in the top lid. It must have been
Oh,
from
there is a
transferring back and
big
forth.
A
Mom and
dent,
Dad must
my
have dropped
friend.
it. No, it was no dent when I had it. That's your
Okay.
parents. They dropped it.
In any case, there's a dent in the back and a big dent near the lid. So I don't even know how it impacts the screen because I couldn't boot it up. And even though I've had it sitting and plugging in for half the day, it still is giving me a battery light, so it won't even let me charge it up. So that tells me that
Yeah.
definitely something's wrong, and it is the battery. I have never opened up a Mac before, and that particular one I only got for like $600. And I really, if I take it to get it
Yeah.
serviced, I might be looking at another 200 or 300 bucks, which I'm not about to spend.
Don't do that.
But
Don't do that.
I did look online
Yeah.
for that model number and the battery that will work. And I think the price for that and an iFixit kit from ifixit.com is about $85. Or yeah, and I don't know what it
Okay.
is with shipping and tax, but that I can
That's the
live
same.
with. Mhm.
Yeah, that's the
That's the
same
same
price
one.
as because I was gonna get a new plug, and the plug
Okay.
with itself was $80.
Okay, yeah, I don't think it was the plug because the plug works because when you put the plug in, it is red. So I don't think it's the plug. I think it's definitely the
Yeah.
battery. So I'm gonna actually I think I'm gonna get this iFixit kit and try to fix it. Unfortunately, with the instructions, it looks like the level is gonna be difficult because it's got the retina display, so the battery is actually glued in. But it sounds like a fun, challenging project. So all that to say is I might not be able to get it back to you till Christmas. And then I was thinking, hey, if they're doing a new, um, Apple announcement, then maybe I could. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Our district is actually selling back old iPad or MacBooks, the MacBook Airs. But unfortunately, it was only the ones assigned to teachers that they're selling back. But if there are extras and they do a community sale, if I can get one for $200, I'll try to get you one of those because that might be better than the MacBook Pro once I open it up and try to fix it. So I'm sorry, just a side note, but again, it does
Yeah.
relate to pop
I
culture
understand.
because once again, Apple is coming out or making a new announcement, and I believe that is September 7th. And rumors are we're getting a new iPhone, the iPhone 14, as well as possibly
I
an iMac
saw
Pro.
I saw a commercial for the 14,
For the what?
and it was very cheesy, and it was kind of done like and for the iPhone 14.
Okay. Oh, you saw a commercial already?
The iPhone 14.
Okay. I haven't seen
It
that
was
yet.
it was like a video that was done for it, and it was on. It was kind of done like
Well, is that somebody just
what is
kind of
that
trying to
show?
imagine what it's
The
going to look
street.
like?
No, 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 no. It's this kid in school, and he was the only kid that had the iPhone 14, and he was a nerd. But all the
Mhm.
girls were after him because he had the iPhone 14. And the cool guy was like, "Hey, but I got this Android, and I'm the cool guy. I'm cool." And they're like, "Please stop. Such and such has the iPhone. Noah has the iPhone 14, and this is like really nerdy guy, and he's getting all the girls, and they're like, "Oh man, I bet you he has a girlfriend already." And it's hilarious. All because he has a, and then he's sitting there, he gets a phone call. Oh, that was the Washington Post. They want to fly me to New York to interview me. Why are they interviewing you? The kid that is jealous of him, the bully. Why are they interviewing you? Because I have the iPhone 14.
I have not seen this. I think you're making this up. I think somebody did it as
And then
a
they cut
joke.
class and goes, Noah gets to go to New York. Noah gets to go to, I'm going to find it and send it to you. Noah gets to go to New York. He's so lucky.
You're making that up. I think you're making that up.
No, I am not making. You know what? I have got to find this.
Okay, yeah, you got to send that to me
It's
because I
done
have
kind of
not
like
seen that.
it's like Saved by the Bell style. It's almost like Saved by the Bell style. These kids, and it's like, oh golly gee.
And it might be just a parody that somebody is making up to kind of
Oh, it's hilarious though.
hype
I'm like, what am I
the
watching?
new phone. Okay. All right. So what else have we got going on? Do you think you can make it through the half hour
Anyway,
with
so
just put the
Joe
red cup
Pesci
down?
is back in the acting.
All right. What's he coming up in? What's he going to be
Joe
appearing
Pesci
in?
is. I'm thirsty.
Okay.
He's going to show that he plays Pete Davidson's oh wow, I cut that part off. Oh yeah, he'll play like Pete Davidson's dad or something like that.
Okay.
I thought I had it, but I cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
On saying, but it will be on Plus or something like that. It's a Pete Davidson it's a Pete Davidson thing show. And
is Pete
Joe Pesci is
Davidson
coming
doing?
back. I mean, he did make an appearance. Pete Davidson's gonna be in it, yeah.
Okay. No, Pete
Yeah, he's
Davidson
the Kardashian,
is doing
so
his
it's really
own.
sitcom. Yeah.
Okay. So wait, does that mean he's officially has he left Saturday Night Live?
Yes, he's doing his own
Okay.
sitcom. And Joe, yeah. No, if people I didn't I looked into Joe Pesci, not Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson slept with a Kardashian, so now he's extra famous.
Extra famous or just notorious? I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah,
of Kardashians,
he slept with a Kardashian, so he got his own show.
and is that
Kanye
that
got a
Hollywood
documentary. He
math?
got a show. Yeah, that's Hollywood math.
So
You
that
sleep with
is
a Kardashian,
Hollywood
you get a
math.
show.
You get a show. Speaking of Kardashians, I see Kim Kardashian is on, I guess what Californians are calling the naughty list, along with Kevin Hart and Sylvester Stallone. Why is that?
I saw they're using too much
You don't
water.
know? Oh, okay. Okay. See, and that's how we know you're originally
Yeah,
from
they're
Philadelphia
using too
because
much
you put
water.
an extra R in your water. It's water. But for some reason from Philly, we
Water.
say
They're
water.
using too much
I
water.
don't know. Water. 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 Anyway, but and
Water.
evidently, and
You know
now
who else
I'm
is on
feeling guilt.
that list? Gabrielle Union.
Oh wow, shame on you, Gabby. Too much water.
Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union and her husband are on that list also.
And I know in some parts of the
Matter of
country, and
fact,
that's
I
weird
think
too, because like,
Gabrielle Union they used the most.
oh wow. So, and again, we got parts of the country, like in the South, that are flooding, and again, as we had out west, where we have to worry about wildfires and everything else, and the drain on like the Colorado River is a real thing. So I'm sure there are kind of like water restrictions and different things that you have to abide by. But I guess celebrities figure, hey, we got money, we don't care. And I guess that's a little
And I'm a
disingenuous
Kardashian.
because usually they are, the first ones to talk about the environment and, all their celebrity causes. But then when push comes to shove, it's like, well, wait. Oh, you mean I gotta save water now? Oh, see, I went back to Philly water. I gotta save it now. Oh,
They're
that
like
don't work.
they're like I gotta fill my pool.
And you know what? And now I'm feeling guilty because that's why I have a hat on today, because I spent the afternoon in the pool and I just have pool hair and I just was not dealing with
Bye,
it. So I
Felicia.
figured, let me throw on my hat and get on with the show.
Yeah, bye,
But
Felicia.
man, it felt good. And,
Bye,
initially this
Felicia.
week, I'm sorry if I'm being a bit much, but initially this weekend, the last weekend before school starts, you know what I did Thursday night? Thursday night before I went to bed, I packed like a overnighter, like just a weekend bag. I just put enough stuff in there for Saturday and Sunday. And initially, I was planning to take like a 4 or 5 hour drive just to be, anywhere but here. But the place I had planned to go was actually this I know it sounds nerdy to go to a museum, but I wanted to go to a museum, and then it was in Alabama, but they were having all the floods and all the issues with thunderstorms and weather. So I made a change and decided not to go. So I had to save it for another weekend. But I kept my bag packed just in case.
Wait. You mean to tell me you're in North Carolina and
Mhm.
you're going to take a 4 or 5 hour ride somewhere and you're going to go to a museum when you're in
Mhm.
North Carolina, you can go right to the Outer Banks.
I could, but you know what? Right before either like a holiday weekend or before school starts, it's just too many people. Oh, I just can't. I can't even with all the people. And I probably could have went up into the mountains or something, or did something of that nature.
Okay.
But I tell you, I went to work Friday and I was going to take a half day and I was going to leave, and I kept telling everybody I was going to leave. I was going to leave. You know what time I left? 5 o'clock. So I didn't get to leave early. By the time I left,
What
it
time?
was like torrential rains and pouring down, and I was just like, you know what? You know what? I'm going to have a staycation, so I'm going to make sure I hit the pool as hard and as often as I can. So.
So
So I'm just as bad as a Kardashians and Gabriel Union because
I haven't swam all summer.
oh,
Yeah.
oh man, I feel so bad for
I
you.
haven't
You know,
swam all summer.
you might have to get in your tub and just fill it with some
No.
water and splash around.
Wow.
Or do you have a YMCA? A local?
Wow.
Are you a member of your local YMCA?
No.
Because that's always a good solution. No.
No. Yeah, it is. I'm good with not swimming. I'm okay with it.
Uh,
I shower every
well,
day.
and
That's enough
I'm not
water
a
for me.
swimmer anyway. I don't know how to swim, but I do know. I call it creative floating. So the pool we have is only 12 yards long. So I just do my creative floating from one end to the other. And I do that, for about, I don't know, 20, 30 laps. And I'm good. And that's a nice little workout. According to my Apple Watch. Oh, you know what? Tap the Apple Watch. Yeah. See?
That Oh boy.
What?
You can
What's
take your
wrong?
Apple Watch in the you can take your Apple Watch in the pool.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, and I know you're not pro Apple ecosystem, but I will tell you, I can do my Apple Watch. And again, it has all the different, oh, you can't see it here, all the different workouts you can choose from. And one of the workouts is the pool. And I can do a pool swim, I can do an open swim, I can do laps, but actually on the Apple Watch, they have a way where you can set your watch. There's like this little water drop. I can't turn my arm enough so you can see it. So there's this little water drop, and if you press it, then your Apple Watch, you can, be in the water and submerged up to, I don't know how many meters, but basically the watch will still function. And if you are swimming, it will let you, it will record. It will even tell me like what type of strokes I did, whether I did a freestyle or breaststroke or backstroke. Um, it actually, I don't know how it knows what I'm doing, but okay, that's it coming out of that waterproof mode. But yeah, and not only that, that this information will be on my Apple phone, and it'll also let me know, hey, um, I don't know, it'll record all the information in my health app, and that app I told you about last week, Lose It. It'll record in that app. So if I am actually exercising and burning calories, it'll give me some extra calories that I can use towards all the stuff I want to eat. So Lose It is awesome. And you know what? If I keep talking about Lose It, I'm going to have to put a link in the description for anybody who wants to sign up for Lose It. I've been using it. I used it after my bariatric surgery. And now that I gained all that weight back from COVID, I am using it to get back down to my post surgery weight. So, this app, Lose It, is awesome. I'm done. Commercial over. Hashtag not sponsored, but I just thought I'd share.
Um. Okay.
Hey, Steve is here. Steve.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Steve? Next on our pop culture list, we got more girl drama. Uh, um,
So is it
Warner Brothers.
Kenny? Hey, I'm just trying to problem solve because I'm not sure
They
why
filmed the movie.
you're fading
So
in and out.
um,
I'm only hearing every word,
I'm
every
sorry.
other word.
Say again.
I heard they
Yeah, I
filmed the
know. I don't know why
movie.
I'm doing that. Also, I was fine for 1 minute. Okay.
Mhm. Now I don't hear
Uh-huh.
anything.
No. Wow.
Okay, I
I
heard
can't
you
stand this
briefly.
computer.
What did you say?
Okay. So what I'm saying is they canceled the movie, as we all know.
Okay, no
And
Batgirl
now
movie.
they're having a funeral screening of the they're having a funeral screening of the movie.
What does that mean? What's a funeral screening? I've never heard of that.
I don't know. It's like they're showing the movie um to selected theaters to selected people or something
Hmm.
before they totally, because they can't make any money off the movie.
Why not? Like,
So
so
it's like the
why
invite
won't they release it?
only. I think the cast is going to see the movie.
So they're just going to do
Nobody's going to
a
it
screening for the cast and their.
because
Why? Why can?
because they
Why
have
can they
yeah
not show the?
yeah because you can't, because if
because
they make any money off of it right now,
Mhm.
they canceled the movie for tax write-off.
Okay.
So if they make any money off of it, they have to pay the taxes back.
Okay. So does that mean will they be able to release it
So they
as a
legally cannot make
streaming,
money
or
off
would
this
they
movie.
make money off of that as well? Like if they released it through a streaming service.
Yeah, they would make money off of that. They can't release that as a streaming either. Because they stream, when you
So,
stream stuff, you pay for the
uh-huh.
streaming service and they get a cut of that. So yeah.
But would the percentage be high enough for them to have to pay a lot back
So
in
it
taxes?
cannot be released.
But come
Anything they
on.
have to pay, they
Does
would have
that
to pay
mean
that.
forever
Anything they
or
make.
so but will there I mean,
I
come
don't know
on.
what that
In this day
means.
and age of the internet, do you not think a bootleg copy is going to be out there of Batgirl? I wouldn't be surprised if it's
I
out there
hope so.
already.
I hope so.
Cuz you know what? I was
So the
told cuz
actress,
what actress? Go ahead.
Ivory Aquino, who has a role in this movie as Batgirl's best friend, excuse me, she already put out a statement pleading for the studio to release this movie. Because they
Oh,
worked so
I'm
hard
sure
on it,
she
and
does cuz
they're
that
not
probably
going
was
to
her
release
big break. Can you
it.
imagine?
It probably was. It probably was.
You
It
know,
probably was.
you're a
Um,
working actor and you're going on commercial interviews and auditions here and theater things there. You actually are a part of like a major studio motion picture. It gets made and you're in it with a credit. Come on. Yeah, you want it to be released. And even if the release is small, but at least released enough so that agents and other people will see you and see you in it, know your work and figure, oh yes, we want that girl because she was in Batgirl. And it would lead to more work. So I know I guess what stinks is with movies again like Batgirl from the comic book franchise, you already got a baked in audience. Even if the movie is like bupkis, if it's crappy, people will still come because of you know the following or legions of fans of like the comic books and the whole like DC universe of films. I mean, I was not a fan of the 4 hour Snyder cut, but I watched it and I appreciated it because again, I just enjoyed the
I
story.
love the 4 Hour Snyder Cut.
Wonder Woman 1984 or whatever the year was horrible, but I was still there. I was still watching because
Oh
I
yeah.
enjoyed Wonder Woman the first one so much and Gail Gadot, as Wonder Woman in Justice League, I just thought was just the perfect casting, nice little balance. So yeah, you're going to get fans baked in, even if it's a bad movie. I recently watched Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Have you seen that one?
I couldn't even get through that. I couldn't even get through that. I started
Yeah,
watching it. It was so horrible. I couldn't finish it.
I
I couldn't even
and I
finish it.
guess oh wow, because I wanted to I actually finished it, but I was very and again I felt like maybe
No, I
I'm
couldn't.
missing something because I don't know all the comic book and all the mythology. And I felt bad because in the middle of the movie, I was actually kind of trying to read up on the trivia and stuff in IMDb because I felt like I was kind of missing something or that something was missing
Yeah.
that I didn't get. So,
Well, Sony owns the right to Spider-Man and the characters
mhm,
related to Spider-Man. So
right.
Sony has to, for Spider-Man to show up in the Marvel universe, Sony
Hmm.
has to okay it, and they have to work together. Since Sony has some of the Spider-Man characters, they're making movies like Venom and Morbius, and I think they're coming out with a Craven the Hunter movie. They're using the Spider-Man characters to create their own universe. And when they do this, they miss the
Without
characters out.
Spider-Man, huh?
Without Spider-Man. So you can't really have a Venom without Spider-Man. You really can't.
Okay. Well, I mean, there was a Spider-Man reference in the like you didn't make it to the end. But you know how
Yeah.
Marvel Universe does the
I know what happens. I know
mhm.
what happens. Yeah. They did a post-credit scene where he wakes up in a hotel and he sees Spider-Man on TV and he doesn't realize where he is. So yeah.
Yeah. The best movies, even
Yeah.
sci-fis, are ones that have
Well,
great stories to them. And I guess, and that was a problem too I had
yes.
with the Batman. I didn't think the story was that great, or the payoff was that great in the end. I think that movie went a little too long, could have
I can
ended
see that. I can
earlier,
see
and
that.
I needed a better payoff for why the Riddler was doing what he was doing. Does that make sense? I needed more
Yeah,
of
and
a
I know what you're
connection
saying.
for the
And
Riddler wanting to kill everybody, you know,
they
and they
had a
didn't give
better
it
pay.
to
They
me.
had a better payoff in front. They just didn't. I saw the way the script could have went. Have a better payoff. I didn't use it. So what are you gonna do? But so in these, they're going through a lot of different things because they're canceling movies. They're still up in the air about this Ezra Miller Flash movie.
Mm.
Aquaman was supposed to
It's
come
because
out in
Ezra doesn't have his
March
stuff
of
together.
2023.
Uh,
Yeah, he doesn't. And Aquaman was supposed to come out
so,
March in 2023,
uh,
but that was coming out in December 2023.
of
And I was talking to
December
George about this
2023.
earlier.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, I was talking to George about this earlier, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to go pay money to see the Ezra Miller Flash because all the
Because of
allegations
Ezra
against
Miller's
him."
personal brand, or
Yeah, yeah, because George, I don't want to give money to support a guy with a leading actor, 15-year-old girls.
I didn't catch
So
all that because I think you froze. And I think the gist of it is not wanting to
I
give money.
okay, I see he's to as a movie that has an actor like Ezra Miller in it, who is
Mhm.
known for seducing an underage girl and kidnapping her, basically.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean, that doesn't even make sense because I thought Ezra Miller is gay. So why would he be kidnapping a 13-year-old girl?
I don't know. He's not. He's
Okay.
not gay necessarily. He's bi, I
All right.
believe.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's
Then
not. You
I'm
can't even
wrong.
say he. You gotta say. You have to say they. You have to say they them. He doesn't
Okay.
identify. He's a they them.
Okay. I didn't realize that he was
Um.
non-binary.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's non-binary.
So there you go. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like, the fame monster does different things to different people. And a lot of times we look at them through that spotlight when we judge, but do they get the help they need? So I would just hope that either the people around him get him like the help he needs. We don't need another Brittany Murphy where, you know, people, you know, she doesn't get the help till it's way too late. So let's just hope he gets the
Yeah.
help that he needs. And if he's not able to be the Flash, then they do cast somebody who can uh, be the Flash, do the role, and continue the franchise to tell the stories. Because you know, there's folks out here who would listen. Are there going to be more Spider-Man movies with this new Spider-Man? Because evidently, it seems like 3 movies is like the max lifespan for a Spider-Man. Or did Tobey Maguire do 4?
Um.
I think he only did 3, didn't he?
They yeah, three. Three's the max. Toby Maguire did 3. Andrew Garfield did 2, and Tom Holland did 3.
But now, do you
Plus, make
count?
appearances in Avengers movies.
Right. But so he's probably
So
the longest
far,
running Spider-Man because
yeah.
he's appeared in the Avengers
So far,
movies.
he's made
Eh,
6 appearances.
Okay, because he was also
Yeah,
in the
he's made 6 appearances in Spider-Man.
okay, and that includes
Civil
like
War.
uh-huh. Wasn't he in the Doctor Strange? Was he in the multiverse?
In game and Avengers Infinity War.
Uh-huh.
No,
And did
no,
he wasn't in the
no, he was no.
well, and maybe they just showed it at the end. Well, that's right. They showed like at the end of Spider-Man, the first trailer, or the first like what do they call those bumper scenes or tags or whatever?
Post credit
Post credit.
scenes.
Okay, so what was the first? Do you remember the first post credit scene for Spider-Man No Way Home?
No, I don't.
With Tom Holland? Okay, I
Oh,
can't. Huh? Do you?
I
You
don't
don't?
remember.
Okay. But I know in the second,
Yeah, I don't
um,
remember that one.
yeah, this the second one though was like it was almost like a preview for Doctor Strange in the multiverse. That's why I was thinking he was in that, but maybe he wasn't. I got to go
Yeah,
back and watch that one again because I can't
yeah.
remember.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
I need to pull that
He
Disney
wasn't in that. Yeah, he
Plus
wasn't in that.
membership and see if I can figure out. So Tom Holland was in Captain America: Civil War,
Civil War,
Spider-Man.
Avengers
Oh,
Endgame,
I'm sorry, Avengers Endgame,
Come-
Infinity War,
Avengers Infinity War,
the 2 Spider-Man movies,
Homecoming, No Way
mhm,
Home, and Far From
Far
Home.
From Home.
Far From Home. Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home.
Okay.
And No Way Home.
All right. So, okay, so I thought he wasn't in any of the Iron Man movies. He wasn't in the third one. So he didn't come on the scene till the Avengers movie or
No,
Captain America, Civil War,
no,
but
exactly.
okay. All right.
Civil
Good
War,
deal.
actually.
But even still, he's probably the longest running Spider-Man as far as making the most appearances in
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
movies.
He's the longest
Yeah.
running. Yeah, he's the longest running one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, this next piece of a bit of pop culture news is something I would never expect to see in my entire life. You've got Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Mhm.
Who would ever think you would have Elton John and Britney Spears?
I don't
I
know.
never
To
saw
me,
that coming.
well, I don't know. Elton John has duetted with a lot of people. And have you
But
heard the
Britney
song yet?
Spears,
But
I have
I
not heard
mean,
the song yet.
why not?
Have you
Why
heard it?
not?
Have you heard it?
Because I mean,
Have
Lady
you heard it?
Gaga was doing duets with
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, so why not? I
But
think
you know
sometimes
what?
you
No,
need
no
some of those
shade.
contrasts to make some good you know some good collaborations, especially when
Shade.
you're pulling people
No
in from
shade.
different genres.
I actually have, Lady Gaga has a voice.
Oh yeah, she can
Lady
sing.
Gaga has a voice. There's a big difference. I can see Lady Gaga singing with Tony Bennett.
Hmm.
But Britney Spears,
Again,
really?
I'm not gonna. How can you say no shade when all you did was you slung shade
Hold on, hold on.
like
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
you-
Hey,
what are you?
Elton, you're doing duets with Britney. I'm available. Have your people call my people, and we'll do a duet together. I'll do spoken word. You sing.
Okay, now there is nothing wrong with his sound. I just muted him because nobody needs to hear that. um, so yeah, his mic is fine. I just didn't need to hear that. Your sound is good. I'm just messing. But no, I mean,
Anybody can get it.
and
Anybody can
maybe the
get it.
problem is I've never heard Britney do like a ballad. Like, like if you hear a song like Christina Aguilera doing something like Beautiful, or being able to perform with just the singer and a piano. And when you can do that, when you can Alicia Keys that thing, then okay, you got the chops, you got the bones. Does Britney have that? I don't know. And I would hate to just cast out those judgments because I've never seen her in concert. I've never seen her perform where, it was just her and the instrument. Um didn't read it yet. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's going to look like or what that's going to sound like. Although they're doing Tiny Dancer, and as just a side note, just the other day I was clicking through and Almost Famous was on, and I'd seen the movie before. Didn't really want to watch the whole thing, but it was right as they were getting into the bus for the big Tiny Dancer scene where they're all kind of like up all night partying, and the lead singer was on the roof saying he was a golden god or whatever, and they finally calmed him down off the acid, and he's all wet and in his blanket and on the tour bus, and everybody's just kind of like wanting to roll their eyes and stuff, and then that song comes on, and again everybody starts singing it, and it's a nice little moment. So
I
hopefully
never
this
seen that
song
movie.
won't ruin. You've never seen Almost. Oh my, how can we do this pop culture show with you being so out of touch?
On the basics of pop culture. I don't understand it. How?
I just don't understand. You make me have to use that
I
voice
hate that voice.
every
I
time.
Every
really do.
every
I hate that.
time there's a movie or TV show you have not seen, this voice is coming out.
I like that voice way too much. That is probably, I mean, there's way too much
Yeah, you
money to
do.
spend on a Rodecaster Pro just for that voice, but my gosh, it's worth it. It is worth it.
Um.
We're not gonna
So
we're not
so
gonna hit all these
so
things, Kenny,
here's one of
because
the next things I
um,
have.
I know, and this probably will be the
No, we're
last
not.
one because
We're not.
yeah, we don't have time to hit all these. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I got two of the ones. Well, all right. So pop culture news. Real quick. Vivica Fox thinks that Jada Pinkett should take responsibility for the slap heard around the world.
Well,
She hasn't talked to her since.
why? Okay, so Jada Pinkett and Vivian Fox are friends, and now they ain't friends no more.
Yeah.
So this means we're not
Well,
gonna
they're
get a set it
friends,
off
but
too.
well, I don't think I never seen Set It Off, but I don't think you can get another Set It Off.
Oh wait, what? What did you just say? You have not seen.
I didn't say nothing.
Set
I
It
didn't say nothing.
Off?
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything. I didn't say it. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
No, that can't be right. That just ain't right. I can't
I didn't
even
say anything.
talk to you. I'm not even sure I can do
didn't
this show with you.
I'm done. I mean, how could Set It Off? Oh, please back me up, Pop Culture Kids. Set It Off. It was one of those iconic movies. I mean, it was. I mean, oh, come on. It was like the ultimate chick flick action movie. Queen Latifah. Oh, she was scary as I don't know what. Vivica A. Fox, Jada Pinkett Smith. Come on. You didn't see Set It Off. Okay, we got to rectify some of this stuff by next
What I
Saturday.
meant to say
We
is
got to rectify this
what I
by
meant to
next
say is
Saturday.
I haven't. What I meant to say is I haven't seen it in a long time.
Who was in it?
Vivica Fox, Jada,
Don't even start
uh,
to Googling it. Don't
Queen
even try to
Latifah.
Google it. Come on now. I can't believe you didn't see it. All right.
I'm not
Who
googling
lives
nothing. I'm
who
not googling
who lives
nothing.
who dies in
I
it?
see. Because at the end she gets shot. And she gets shot, and she didn't have to get died. Huh? Oh, Queen Latifah dies
You
while
didn't
Jada
see
Pinkett
it. You're a
is leaving
lie.
in the bus.
You are lying, 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 lying to my face in front of my
That's
eyes.
Pinkett was lost.
You I can't even with you. I
Jada
can't
Pinkett
even.
was leaving in the bus, and was squaring up the gun up when she knew she was in the car clean, and she knew she was going to die. She didn't want to go to jail, and then she made the cops shoot her, and Jada Pinkett watched it from a distance as the bus was going away.
Talk to the hand, because now you just faking it. Faking it till you make it. You need to go and
I
watch
saw
Set
it.
It Off.
You ain't watched that movie. You know you ain't watched that movie. In any
No,
case,
isn't that what?
add
Is that
that
what?
to the
Or
list. Add
not
that
what
to
happened?
the list. Add it to the list because you have
Isn't
not
that what
watched.
happened? Isn't that what
Add it
happened
to the
though?
list.
But isn't that what happened? Isn't that what happened though? She was all emotional about it, and then she let them shoot her. I told you I saw
All
it.
right. Okay. All right. Sure you did. Okay. And yes, she did. The one of the final scenes was her getting away on with the money on the bus. All right. So
Yeah.
maybe you came across it, but you didn't actually see that movie, so you gave yourself away too early on. I know I had another you had one final piece of news. Although,
I,
and again,
so,
to me, if Vivica A. Fox is really a friend, then that's a conversation she has with Jada Pinkett Smith, and that's not on blast. You know what I mean? So for this to be posted like in the media and reported on means that Vivica A. Smith is making that information public. And to me, that's not what a friend would do. If you did have an issue with your friend over what happened, then you take it up with her one on one and not put it out there on blast, especially in the age of social media. That's all I'm saying.
well, in Vivica Fox's defense, I think she was asked about it, and she
Mhm.
said that she pretty much accused her. She said she was responsible for it. She just thinks that she says she loves Will Smith
Mhm.
because, as you know, Will Smith was a co-star with her in a few things. That accountability.
I'm sure what you're saying is interesting and
Accountability.
accurate, but unfortunately, I can only hear every other word.
I'm sorry. I don't know why. I'm plugged in. I'm hardwired in, and I'm really upset. It's my computer. It's definitely my computer.
All right. All right. Well, that in mind, we won't delay. Uh, I don't know. Next week, you know what? I wanted to share an article with you that I came across, and it had about TV series with disappointing endings. Because I know a series I used to watch, I haven't watched it in almost 2 years, is coming to an end. The Walking Dead. Um, but I was
Yeah.
reading this article and it was listed, and I hope I can find it again because I was going to share it with you because I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about series finales because I know my favorite show of all time was on there as having like a disappointing series finale, and I yes, it was. Um, Also, another show that we often talk about because I was a diehard fan of this show. It was called Saint Elsewhere, and I remember watching the series finale. And this is in the days of VHS because I think I had recorded it just in case I missed something. I can go back and watch it. And it ended, and I'm sitting there scratching my head, going, "Huh? I don't get it." And you, who never even watched the show, walks in and goes, "Oh yeah, it was all in the kids' imagination." And I was so upset. So maybe we'll talk about uh disappointing or disappointing finales. Does that sound like a good topic
Yeah,
for
and
you?
I have. Yeah, that sounds like that's a
Because
great
and you know
topic.
what? I think
And by then, I will reach out to a friend of mine tomorrow who will clean up my computer.
oh, okay. And I guess I will also give an update on the um iFixit battery replacement project because I am going to order those parts tomorrow,
Yes.
and depending on when they get here,
You know what
what
you should do?
what should I do?
You should film yourself. You should film yourself using that and show
Hmm.
clippets of you doing it.
Ooh, maybe I shall film myself. Uh, I probably need to clean off this whole desk because I'm using this big, like 8-foot table to kind of put all my streaming equipment on it. But everything I bring down here gets piled on it. So I'll clear all this out so that I can actually sit it here in front of me, fix it, film it, because I finally got my C clamp. I mean my C stand, and yeah, that sounds like a plan. I shall do that. Ooh, and actually, I could probably
Every once in
put
a
the
while, I
video
have a good
together.
idea.
Every once in a while, you do the things, you do all the things, and we thank you for that. Um, so, but yeah, so maybe I can do that. I can fix it because actually, mm, um, the old MacBook I had that I gave um, to our mother, actually, I think needs a battery as well. So maybe I'll fix hers is a little older. Maybe I'll fix hers first and then fix yours because yours is a little newer and it might be a little harder. But we'll film it. We'll see what happens. Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture and fix broken
I'm all for
gadgets.
that. For
Yeah.
gadgets,
It's
yes.
going to be our new show focus. Who knows? But in any case, we are here. It's on Saturday nights. We hang out. We talk pop culture. We talk to you guys, and especially our friends Steve and Ed. Ed's probably not here because he's busy taking pictures out at these. I don't know if you ever tune into, and for the folks who watch us, definitely make sure you subscribe and hang out at Ed's um, Totally 80s page because he has some cool pictures with um, a
Yes.
lot of cool folks from the horror
Yeah.
flicks. So,
Yes. Ed is always out at different convention things. I ran into one time I was at a comic convention and I'm like turning around, I'm like, Ed,
Ed, we
yo,
need to get Ed to take a
yo,
camera with him and like video record it
Ed.
so we could do like a live satellite feed of like Ed at the conventions. He can be our Wolfie. We
Yeah,
need
I wanted,
Ed to
yeah.
like record some of that
And at a
stuff.
convention, because Ed could be at any convention, man.
Because
Yeah,
he had a
Ed could be at
picture
any
with
convention.
Darla
He
from
can.
like, and I know she was on some other show that geeks and nerds know about, but see, I know her from way back from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I was just like, oh, that's so cool. He met Julie Benz, so I was all excited. Anyway,
Yeah, but you have to pay for those pictures though.
you have to pay for those pictures.
A lot, yeah, a lot of people when you go
Oh,
to these
that's right. I
conventions, you
remember
take
the one
pictures with
time
a lot of
you
these
went
people.
and you saw Spike and you wanted to
I
get a
wanted to get
picture.
Spike. Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't want to get a
and it,
picture. I wanted to get
but
you on video or even
uh,
have him talk to you, and they wouldn't let him talk to you.
oh wow.
But
Oh,
they said I said can you say hi to my sister? Because she's a big fan, and a guy met. But what we can do videotape him saying, hi.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Wait a minute.
How much was that?
$45.
$45. Oh, I didn't need to hear how I felt.
$45.
Yes, that is it, Steve. We need Ed to be the convention correspondent. We need to know what's going on at these conventions because I'm all the way down here in North Carolina and we don't get no good folks. I know we do have a Comic-Con now, but it's at the Civic Center. It's at the local Civic Center. And you know what? I probably will go to the next one and film and get some footage.
When is it?
Just so you can see the contrast. I don't know when the next one is. It's no San Diego. Let's just say that. And you know what? We've been talking about going to San Diego. We need to actually put together a plan for like a 2024 San Diego trip. I would say 2023, but I don't know how hard it is to get tickets. Like if you've been to Comic-Con, I think tickets are open to you. But if you've never been to Comic-Con, I don't know whether you could get tickets to Comic-Con. So maybe we'll try for 2024. Anyway, but right now we are broadcasting until 2024. So we need to wrap up this stream and wrap up this show. So any parting words or prizes or gifts for the listeners? Final thoughts?
None. I can't say a party will keep living.
You can't what?
I can't say a word because you'll probably other word. See.
Right.
Bye. God bless your soul and keep living.
There you go. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.